Time to play with my clay. Alright guys, welcome back to the motorcycle garage. We have a massive box behind me, which means stuff has been delivered. Some of which to help me make my mould, some of this to actually help me make parts later on. So, if you watched the last episode, you saw I got as far as gluing some wood together and cutting out a bit of cardboard. I am in fact getting lazier with my videos. So the plan today is get the bit of wood cut out properly. So we'll set up the, what do you call it, the bandsaw, get that wood cut out, and then start thinking about how we're going to get a bit of shape to this. Sorry, I got something in my eye, probably my beautiful luscious locks. Need to start thinking about how to get some shape, and I've had a few good ideas from the folk that have watched the video already, part one, so much appreciated. Some of which might be shape, plan to get the shape from some welding rod, to cutting out bits of plywood, to using cardboard to help decide the shape. So I'm open to try anything. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing in this video, so hopefully it's insightful or at least crazed enough to keep you entertained as we go along. So let's have a quick look in this little box. I'm not even going to set up the camera because this GoPro is pretty badass and I can just hold it. So I bought from Easy Composites. They've got a lot of good videos online about dealing with composites, mould making, everything else. I think they're one of the biggest guys in the UK to have that service. So they've got loads of kits, which is really helpful for anyone looking to do this. So in this kit, I did mention I was going to use carbon fibre, so we've pulled the trigger on that. We've got ourselves a wet lay kit, or it's some kind of, I can't remember. It's a laminating kit, meaning I'll make a part with carbon fibre. I can either let it dry or I can use vacuum bags. They do a really good tutorial as to how you can use vacuum bags, household vacuum bags and a vacuum cleaner to pull a vacuum apart, so you don't need to go get yourself some expensive kit. So either this is going to be used for side panels, not for the first iteration. I've got some fiberglass I'm going to use, but if I can get happy with the shape, they might be made out of this. Maybe remember I spoke about these mud guards. I'm going to do something with this regardless. I've also needed to coat the front panel, although I saw a good video on that as well earlier about making a mold off the front panel as well, like this little thing. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. What else have we got? Right, the other half of the kit is, I guess, mold making material. So they have this stuff, I'm not going to open it yet, but it's mold kit. Rather than just using glass fibres, you can use this stuff. It's got fibres and everything built into it, and it kind of reinforces the mould itself. So I've bought quite a big kit because I plan on making a few different moulds off a few different things. So a little bit of an investment there. It was quite expensive, probably about 130 quid all in on bits and bobs, but I need it and it's going to be interesting. It's a good part of the project and everything else. And then finally, obviously you saw me playing with my clay earlier on, so we have some clay to play with. I really just wanted to play with clay. So yeah, let's go and get this thing cut up. Actually no, first, before we do that, because I'll kick off a metal montage when I start doing shit and when I don't know what I'm doing. So we'll start off with the shape which we want to follow. So if we look at the bike, I mentioned this the other day, I don't want to have flat panels. I want things that kind of have a bit of shape to them, whether it's shaped down that way, whether it's shaped all across. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I was having a think the other day, is there anything I can take, like I like the shape of this tank, is there anything I can do to kind of mimic that shape at all further back here? Do you know what I mean? So if we've got the tank on here, is there anything we can do that kind of goes out the front and then back a little bit, or even just, I don't know, it's getting a bit complicated. I think what I might do, and that's where this bit I had the other day, oops, this little bit here was me taking a look at, right, that's the shape from the top down. If I was to even take that profile down that way, that would be quite a nice shape. What would I do front to back? Maybe we could get a nice curve front to back as well. So like I said, I haven't a fecking clue what I'm doing here. So, God, that's really bright. So, yeah, we're gonna take a shape. Whether we use Darren Cobra Builder had a really good suggestion with stuff. He deals a lot with metal work. Whether we can use things like rod, touch my rod, to make, you know, shapes and stuff. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I think a lot of this is going to be trial and error. I don't want to make, I've not got a huge amount of clay because I didn't want to wait because I'm impatient, but you could buy stuff on Amazon next day delivery. This is air dry clay. If I can use a combination of things to tell me what shape I need to get, because I'm likely going to have two panels, one on the other side as well, unless I decide to do something completely out there. But for the most part, I do want to have two panels that will mirror each other, but because I'm putting depth and thickness on them, if I was just going with like this and it was going to be flat, then I could make two panels easily. But I don't think that's going to look very good. I think it'll look quite one-sided. It'll look, I mean, look at that. It looks like an afterthought. I may as well put one of those weird circular number boards on my bike, and that's just not what I plan on doing. So, yeah, whatever. So we'll cut this thing out. And there'll be breakdowns of me talking about I haven't a clue what I'm doing and everything else throughout this video. So yeah, let's get some song on. I'd written another song recently, so here it is. Hopefully you enjoy it. It's fun for me to keep writing music as well as making these crazy videos. So enjoy it, let's get after it. Cheers guys. Mr. Fano. Right, yeah, we're gonna give this a try. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't really know. I feel I need to get something on here so I can start to see what I'm working with, if that makes sense. I'm trying to visualize a shape that I've bent some metal and everything else and dicked around for a little bit, but I think what I'm gonna do is just play with my clay. Let's see how it goes. We've got, the packets are not that expensive and this is cheap shitty wood, so if it doesn't look right now, that's absolutely fine. So let's just get some clay on here and see what happens. Wish me luck. Yay. Fucking shit! Finished! What do you think? It looks really good, doesn't it? Oh, I should have set this up better. I should have fucking cut the edges on this thing as well. They're too sharp. Interesting. Maybe this isn't the right way. Right, let's try again. Let's try and do it more systematically, shall we? Instead of just putting everything on, let's work from the inner out the way. So we've got some thickness. That's what we need. Yeah. Just right. I might actually be onto something with this. Cue the music! I think that may be enough for tonight. What do you think? I need to invest in some better wood glue. I probably should have put biscuit joints in this, but this is fucking me off. So I'm gonna stop before I get angry. No, I can't get it off my hands! Flat side panels it is. Fuck my life. I shall come back tomorrow. I super glued this together, so hopefully this isn't a piece of shit. Oh. Oh, we've missed it. We'll come back. Okay, we're back. It's a new day. Well, it's a few days since last time. And I think I'm less unhinged and maybe got a better idea as to how we're going to deal with this. So, firstly, I've been looking online at just what can you do with clay to make it adhere a little bit better. One of the issues I was struggling with was the clay just didn't want to stick, so there's a few things you can do using water to get better adherence. But also I think I might build up some, turn this off a little bit, build up some contours with, I'm a little bit hungover, build up some contours with some like Hippo Drone had commented in one of my last videos, just to help minimize the amount of build up that I need, so I can maybe build it up. Maybe I'll cut a few bits of plywood and stick them on top, and then I'll mold. I'll use the mold, the clay, to try and mold the shape with that. So we're gonna have another stab at this today. If that doesn't work, yeah, we'll think of something else. We're gonna get these done, like it or lump it. May not get it all done in this video, but I want to have something. Other options, I've been looking at different ideas for this, just what I want these to look like. I've got a bit of a rough idea, so I'm going to be referring to my phone a lot just to look at the pictures and see what exists out there. So another thing I could potentially do is just shape this wood itself, like actually use a rasp file, which is kind of what I've been doing to smooth some of the edges, but use a rasp to try and get the curves a little bit. Like, this is quite steep at the moment, so it's quite a sharp attack angle into any contours that I want in the face of this. So I might actually look at that first, using the rasp file to smooth the edges and see if I can get comfortable with what that looks like maybe, before building up some shape on the face with some contours and everything else. So we'll give it a try. Don't really know how it's going to go again, but I'm going to try and stay a little bit calmer today. So, enjoy guys, should be a good one. This work? In real speed, right? So, this is working better. It's not perfect, but it's definitely working better. So I need to. I've got a rough shape now, and it's very rough still. But what I need to start doing is maybe making like a series of guides and things just to get the curves nice, so that when I lay it on the top, I can say, right, I need to do more and do less. Maybe it makes sense to try and make a more rigid guide. The kind of, I mean, it's two frames of mind. I can either like try and pull this thing like you would do with filler and like curve it around, but this reacts differently from filler. So like the way you can use body filler and kind of curve it and get the nice lines. In hindsight, body filler might have been a good shout to use this, and I've actually got some next to me because I was considering using it, but whatever, we're doing this path. So we've got a rough shape now, it's feeling a lot better. I actually maybe quite liked it. Annoyingly, because I was covering up these bits of wood, I had to, maybe I could have taken a little bit longer in getting them nice and central, but I don't know. I was trying to get a nice smooth curve, but when I looked at it, I was like, actually that's quite cool with that pressed out little triangle in the middle of it. So we'll keep pressing on with this, see how we get on. I'm just going to be shaping it a little bit more, and then yeah, definitely getting better with it, though the water seems to have helped a bit and stuff. So we'll keep pressing on, and we'll try and get something less shitty looking by the end of this video. I've got clay all over my GoPro. Cool. This is it a place now? Sorry, make people dizzy. It may not look on the camera, but it's pretty close. So what I think I might actually do is, because when this clay gets an air drying clay, therefore the way it's workable is because it's got a lot of moisture in it. So the way it sets is the moisture dehydrates and the clay sets. That's fine. So. But as it does that, it can shrink. It changes because of the volumetric change. The clay shrinks and it cracks and everything like that. So I know this isn't done. However, it's close. But I'm at a point now where I'm struggling to make those minor changes without shifting the entire clay mold and moving shit around. So I think what I might actually do is wait to let it cure, sand it down a little bit, and then get some filler on. And and get a really nice smooth surface, because it's still quite bumpy and everything else, but the beauty of the filler being a lot more workable, I can put it on and I can smooth it and I can see where the high spots and low spots are, and I can do that a few times if need be, because being a specky blind asshole, I'm not very good at using my eyes to see things like visually where the change in profile and everything else is. But this needs to be pretty damn good, because this is what I'm ultimately going to make a mold off of. I think I'll go as far as putting primer on it, polishing the primer, and then building the mold off that. But before I even get to that stage, I have to be happy with the overall form and the shape of it. So we'll pick this up tomorrow, hopefully once this thing's cured, and we'll get some filler on it, and you'll see the next steps. So not the end of the video yet. Stay tuned. Cheers. Okay, so we are back here because that thing looks like a turd, a big white undercooked turd. I have had a change of heart, funnily enough, so sorry to anyone that's got this far. I was thinking, right, I'm going to take this outside. It's taken like 3 days to cure. Let's get some stuff on it, let's sand it, let's make it look nice. It's actually still not fully cured even now. So whilst waiting on that, I saw an Easy Composites video that was all about how to use 3D printed parts for your molds, which I was going to do for some other bits anyway, but this one was particularly beneficial because it kind of gave me confidence that even though my 3D printed, my dad's 3D printer isn't big enough to print off this kind of thing in one go, I could do it in two. So I've used the dimensions from this to try and redesign this thing. So what we're going to do is quickly cut this out, make sure it lines up right, and then I'm going to make the commitment to go down the 3D printed route, so long as I'm happy that this fits nicely in that bit there. So yes, I've lost my beard as well. All the stress just caused me to yank it out. Nah, just for me, I'm not happy with this, and I know I wouldn't be able to match it, and it's one of these things that would just haunt me every time I look at the bike. That may be dramatic, I'm not sure, but it's something that I know that I can make these things equal and nice if I 3D print them and then take a mold off it, or get them as damn as close as I would like them to be. If I use my dodgy little eyes and hams for fists to try and shape something like that, it's just going to end up looking shit, and I'm not going to be happy. So more talented people than me, by all means, go that way. People that are good with computers, maybe this is the way to go, and we can trick people into thinking we're more talented than we are by using magic and computers. So yeah, that's where we're going to go. I'm going to cut this video. I'm not going to show you me holding up a bit of paper against the bike. That's pretty boring. Some might say this video is boring, but let's call that quits at the moment. I'll catch up with you guys once I start getting the next video made. It may take a little while getting those bits printed and up the road. In the meantime, I'm waiting on more 3D printed parts. So there's a few different things I can work on. I think whilst I'm waiting for those 3D printed parts, we'll maybe focus on the lights. Sorry, Lindsay, I'm jumping around between bits and bobs. So we'll focus on the lights, getting a little bracket made for that, short and sweet video, and then we'll get back to these side panels. But good, we're getting there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe, bollocks, all that other stuff. Take it easy. See you soon in the next video.